Okay, I've had several requests to demonstrate the technique I taught Brooke on how to get in and out of the wheelchair. This technique was taught to me by a physical therapist with over 50 years of experience. There are a couple of other ways to do it, but I like this way. I've taught it to several people. They've been able to learn it, and I think it's safe. Speaking of safety, the first thing you want to do anytime you're doing anything is make sure that your wheelchair is locked. Okay, now a lot of people don't have a second functioning hand, so I'm going to do this one-handed. It's easier to do it two-handed. One thing you have to do is, however you manage to do it, you got to scoot your butt up towards the edge. You don't want to get so far forward that you could tip the wheelchair over forward. Okay, so if you have two hands, you'll put your hands down next. I could do it one-handed. By the way, you should have, if you've not done this before, you should have somebody out there standing by to keep you from falling on your nose by blocking your shoulders and holding you up. Because one thing people tend to do with this is they tend to throw themselves into it. That you don't want to do that. If you do that, you're going to have too much forward momentum and you're going to end up on your nose. So it's a real nice, slow, gentle thing. You put your hand down, keep coming forward with that butt until you can slide the hand forward as you drop your knees and you end up on all fours, especially if you have both hands. Okay, so that person would be right here, keeping you from going too far forward and ending up on your nose. When I get up, ever since I could, I use my affected leg to push up every time. In fact, it's hard for me to do with my unaffected leg because my brain just isn't used to it. It's not hard physically, it's just hard to get used to the idea. So you're going to crawl around on your knees, and you're going to hold on to the wheelchair. You're going to put whatever leg up. This time I'll use my unaffected leg because that might work better for most people. Okay, the key thing to doing this whole thing is to drag this other foot forward. And then you have to stand up even though you're bent over. When you're squatting down like this, you can't turn. I can't anyway, and I don't think you'll be able to. So you have to stand up. The bottom of your legs needs to be close to an upright position, and then you can hold on, reach around, do what I call those scoochy steps, and then drop yourself down slowly. Don't ever plop into the wheelchair. If you go down too hard or too fast or too far back, you'll tip it over backwards. So there you have it. I'll be happy to take questions and figure out ways to help people who have limitations that make this difficult.